Hi, I'm Heidi Sherman of Brittle Family Law Group. Joe, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
And I'm Joe Gross of JGP Wealth Management.
So, Joe, can you tell us what the CARES Act is and how it might apply to a family that's going through a separation or a divorce?
Sure. The CARES Act is the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, and it was intended to provide a fast and direct economic assistance for American workers and their families, small businesses, and to preserve jobs for American industry. Really, where it comes into play with divorcees is back to the basics of cash flow. And so the CARES Act was provided for a couple of different provisions. In terms of 401k loans, where normally you would be able to take out 50,000 as a maximum, they've expanded that to 100,000, which is a big deal. Then the other thing that they've provided for with the CARES Act is what they call the Coronavirus Retirement Distribution, or CRD, where normally when you're going to get into your 401k or your IRA, there's a financial hardship provision there that they've loosely interpreted and monitored now with the coronavirus. And with this, you can take over, or excuse me, up to 100,000 from your IRA or 401k, etc. And there's no penalty for a premature withdrawal if you're under age 59 and a half. And then another bigger deal is that the tax, which you still have to pay on that when you take a distribution, can be spread over 3 years.
Those are significant changes. And that, I assume, will only last while the CARES Act is in place.
Right. And as you know, Heidi, we don't know, how long this darn thing is going to go on. So hopefully they'll pull it sometime soon. Mm-hmm. How about, Heidi, is there anything someone contemplating divorce right now should consider when we think of COVID-19?
Sure. Well, because of the pandemic, the court has been restricted in a lot of its court operations for 3 months now. And we're just starting to release or relieve some of those restrictions, but it's really baby steps. So it's very difficult. We can file a case, and if we have an agreement or a stipulation, we can process it and have it concluded. But if there are issues in dispute, it's very difficult to get in front of a judge right now. The court is only hearing very specific things that they consider more of an urgent nature. So I would consider that there are other options that might be available to parties if they want to try and maneuver through the system without actually going before a judge. There's mediation, there's binding arbitration, collaborative law is another alternative. So you don't necessarily have to wait indefinitely if both parties are ready to move forward.